Daniel always sat on the last bench of the classroom, near the window. From there, he could see the sky, and sometimes he would quietly stare at it, lost in his thoughts. He wasn't popular. He wasn't rich. And he definitely wasn't noticed. His uniform was always clean but old. His shoes were slightly torn from the sides. The other students whispered, laughed, and sometimes even called him Garage Boy. But Daniel never replied. What they didn't know was that every afternoon, after school ended, Daniel didn't go home to rest. He went straight to a small, dusty garage at the corner of the street. He worked there until late evening, fixing tires, cleaning tools, and carrying heavy parts. All of it, just to pay for his little sister Emma's school fees. Their father had passed away years ago, and Daniel had silently decided that Emma would never feel the weight of that loss. If I have to struggle, he once told himself, she will not. One morning, the school announced a science competition. The winner would receive a scholarship and a cash prize. For most students, it was just another competition. For Daniel, it was hope. Hope that maybe he wouldn't have to work double shifts. Hope that maybe Emma's future would be a little brighter. While others bought expensive materials and ready-made kits, Daniel collected scrap items from the garage, broken wires, old batteries, small metal pieces. Every night, after finishing work, he stayed awake building his project with tired hands and sleepy eyes. The night before the competition, he barely slept. On the competition day, students placed their shiny, colorful models on display tables. Daniel quietly placed his simple-looking project at the corner. Someone laughed. "Did you build that from trash?" Daniel just smiled softly and stepped back. When the judges began asking questions, Daniel explained his model with confidence. He spoke about renewable energy and how even waste materials. Hours later, the principal walked onto the stage with the result envelope. The hall was silent. First prize goes to Daniel. For a moment, Daniel thought he heard it wrong. The entire hall turned toward the last bench boy. He slowly stood up. His hands were shaking. His eyes were filled with tears he had been holding back for years. As he walked to the stage, he remembered every long night in the garage, every insult, every sacrifice. The principal placed the trophy in his hands and said, "True strength is born from struggle. Today you didn't just win a prize. You proved your worth." Daniel looked at the audience, and for the first time no one was laughing. That evening, when he reached home, Emma ran toward him. "Did you win by?" she asked with hopeful eyes. Daniel knelt down, hugged her tightly, and whispered, "We both did." From that day on, Daniel never sat on the last bench again. Not because he changed seats, but because the world finally saw him.
Destellos moral.
Sometimes the quietest people are fighting the loudest battles. Never underestimate someone who refuses to give up.